my gosh, Katie, my baby, my baby.
Oh my god.
I don't know what happened to him. I was at this party and I turned my head for like 1 second and he was gone. And all I have are these calculus problems. I don't even know why. Oh my god. And I know you're in Miss Shannon's amazing calculus class. And I know you'll be able to help me, please.
Oh my god, okay. Let's see what it says. I have taken your baby, but before you can see him again, maybe. Now when you go to grab a tissue, I left these problems just for you. If your baby is who you want to find, you will need to use your mind. Solve these for the time and place. Be sure to work with pace. If you want to see him once more, these solutions will take you to the door. Good luck to you. Adieu.
God, I don't know why anyone would do this to me. They were in like scary taekwondo outfits too.
Oh my god, what a coincidence. I'm in my taekwondo outfit too.
Okay, whatever works to save my baby. Okay, let's do the first problem. Okay, so our first problem is finding the time. So the clue is the absolute minimum from 3 to 10 will give you the answer of when. And they also gave us a tip. In order to avoid a great sin, make sure your calculator is in radian. So the problem is, an amusement park is only open to school students on the interval of 3 to 10. The rate of people entering the park is modeled by the equation a of t is equal to x minus 4 squared plus 6. After a while, people leave the park, modeled by the equation b of t is equal to 5 sine x squared plus 3. When are there the least amount of people in the amusement park? To find when there's the least amount of people in the amusement park, we must do a of t minus b of t is equal to 0. So, a of t minus b of t. And then graph it. Alright, so now we find when the graph is equal to 0. So our first 0 is at x is equal to 4.0278279. Our next 0 is at 5.1131384. And because we cannot round the points of intersection, we will label them A and B. And then now we make the intervals. So our first interval is from 0 to A to B, and B to 10. So from our intervals of 3 to A to B, and B to 10, from 0 to A, as the graph shows, it is positive. And then from A to B, it is negative. And then from B to 10, it's positive. And then the absolute minimum is from the negative to the positive, which is dictated by the point of intersection at B. And then now we will do a candidate test. Our 3 times where it's possible to have the least number of people is at time 3, time 10, and time B. And then at time 3, A of t minus B of t is equal to 0. At time 10, the answer is 77.324. At time B, the answer is 1.301. So now from the candidate test, we can see at time is equal to 3, there will be the least number of people as the answer is 0. So the clue said the absolute minimum from 3 to 10 will give you the answer of when. So I'm assuming that at time is equal to 3, that's when I will find my baby.
Read.
Now that you have found when we will meet, you may need to find a desk and a seat. To find the correct place, solve the problems in front of your face. The solutions will be numbers, but don't fret. They equate to letters of the alphabet. So our first problem is the limit of x to infinity. When the equation is 18x to the 4 plus 3x squared minus 7 over 6x to the 4 plus 5x squared. Because the coefficient of the highest exponent is the same, 18 divided by 6 is 3. So the limit from x to infinity is 3. So the second problem is, what is f prime of 14.5? The equation is f is equal to 1/3 x minus 1 squared plus 3x.
So you bring down the 2, and this will equal 2/3 x minus 1, and then you subtract 1 from the exponent, so it would just be 1, and then plus 3, because you subtract the exponent up here, which was a 1, and then a 0, so now it's just 3. And then from there, you multiply the 2/3 out, and now we can plug in 14.5. So this will be 29 over 3 minus 2/3 plus 3. So now this will be 27 over 3 plus 3, which will equal 12. Okay, so the next problem is f of x equals 9x squared plus 2 ln x minus 18x. So now we have to take the derivative. You bring down the 2, 18x, and then you subtract from the exponent, and then plus 2, 1 over x, because the formula for the derivative of natural log of x is the derivative of whatever you're doing it to over the original minus 18. Now we can plug in 2 to solve the problem. 18 times 2 plus 2 times 1/2 minus 18. This equals 36 plus 1 minus 18, which equals 19.
So our next problem is the limit of x to 0. What is 5 sine of 3x over x? So it looks like we have to do the squeeze theorem. So the inside of the sine must be equal to part of the denominator. So the inside of the sine is equal to 3x, so the bottom must also equal to 3x. And we can do that by multiplying by 3 on the top and the bottom. So now by doing the squeeze theorem, the boxed is equal to 1. And 5 times 3 is 15. 15 is the answer. The next problem is an integral problem. What is the integral of 2 to 1 from 1/2 to 3/2 negative 2x plus 4 dx plus the integral from negative 1 to 1 minus the absolute value of x dx is equal to. So now we can use our calculator. Our next problem is a differential equation. dy over dx is equal to 3x over y, and we have to solve for c. So first, we cross multiply. Now we add an integral. Now we take the integral. And the initial condition was f of 0 is equal to root 40. So now we will plug in these coordinates. So root 40 times to the squared power is 40, and then 40 over 2 is 20.
Haha, you thought that you were done. Little did you know, the fun has just begun. Here's the last problem, for real this time. I hope you had fun listening
Let's
to me
fight
rhyme.
instead.
I'm not prepared for this fight. Now I will take flight.
Wow, that was so scary.
Yikes.
It looks like the rhyme master sent us another rhyme. Water is being poured into a water balloon at a rate of 3 centimeters cubed per minute. Find the rate of change of the radius when this radius is 4 centimeters, assuming the balloon is a sphere. We want you, the audience, to help us solve this. The first answer choice A, the answer is 0.015 millimeters per minute. The second answer choice B is 0.149 millimeters per minute. The last answer choice C is 0.0596 centimeters per minute. Thank you everyone who will help us solve this problem. Each letter will correspond to a fighter, and then whichever letter is correct, the fighter will go into the correct door.
(3:28 a.m.)
There's no baby. There's no baby.
12 seconds later.
Ashley, how could you do this to me?
I'm helping you with calculus. You know APs are coming up.
But that was so mean.
Yeah, but it worked.
That's true. Thank you, I guess.
You're welcome.
I still don't really like you.